here on the Trading Post on this Wednesday morning. 37 degrees outside the window on 8th Street as our self-meteorologist Brian Johnson from Community Foundation. Was it raining?
My forecast, it was not raining, but it was cloudy.
Yeah.
And it looked like it could rain.
And it looked like it could rain.
So
well, hopefully holding off for another half hour.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm confused about what season it is.
Yeah,
Snow,
I think all the birds
rain.
too. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of birds migrating, so I hope they're right.
Yeah.
Because they're saying spring is just around the corner.
They usually don't lie, but they've been fooled before. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Community Foundation time here this morning as we do our monthly visit and bring us up to date on what's going on.
Yeah, got a few things that are going on. We're going to primarily talk about grants today, some of the grants that we've made and some of the grant opportunities we have available. But I wanted to start off, after the first of the year, there's a lot of tax professionals out there that are working really hard, and we appreciate that. But always like to think about some of those ways when you're sitting down with your tax professional, your financial planner now. You can think about some of the ways that you can help reduce that tax burden, and maybe support something that you really like. If the IRS isn't going to say, "Randy, we're sorry, we made a mistake. We're gonna give you the choice of where your taxes go."
Well, that'd be nice.
They're more likely to say, "Randy, you haven't paid your taxes yet. I need you to get this in."
That's right.
But charitable giving is one way where folks can actually reduce tax burdens and direct those funds towards something that they may care about. One of the things that we've seen a really significant growth in is the opportunity for a IRA charitable rollover. Once you reach an age, and for most people right now it's going to be somewhere between 70 to 73 years old, if you have a traditional IRA, there is every year what's called a required minimum distribution. So whether the individual wants it, whether they need it or not, they have to take it out of that IRA. And so sometimes that ends up having some tax implications. It's income, so it's taxed. If the individual doesn't want it, or maybe they move into a new tax bracket, it can have some negative implications. And this is where I encourage folks to talk with your tax professional. I am not a CPA, so I'm not giving tax advice. I am just saying these are some opportunities to help. With the IRA charitable rollover, what happens is a individual can say, you know what, I don't need those monies, so I want to donate that to something that I care about. Whether that be an organization like the Community Foundation, we have a lot of donors that donate to funds, whether that be other charitable organizations. But the neat thing about that is that can fulfill some or all of an individual's required minimum distribution each year, eliminate that taxable income, and do good things. So some of the requirements there are is a maximum you can only roll over up to $100,000 a year. But there are some opportunities within there, and it's a really great way. We have a lot of donors that do that, and they say, you know what, this is the best way for us to give. We talked about the cost of a gift. What does it cost? Well, you also figure in those elimination or reduction of taxes is a significant part of. It may be cheaper for me to give out of an IRA through a charitable rollover and be able to help fund something that I'm passionate about. So we always appreciate donors that use that charitable rollover from an IRA to help fund things that are important here in our community. And it's a win-win. It helps the donor out, it helps the community out with some needs. So when you're sitting down with your tax professional, as we'll all probably be doing here in the next few months, actually a couple of months, we're getting on that time. Maybe have the conversation about, what would be the best way. I may have something charitable I want to do is an IRA charitable rollover, a fit for my best tax advantage in planning. So just food for thought, and another tool that donors can use to help support important things. And oh, by the way, save some taxes here. That's the best part of it.
Right.
You can give and make an impact. So, well, we want to talk about a little bit of some of the recent grants. Of course, for the past year and a half, we've been talking about matching dollars from Lilly Endowment. The good problem that we have is we met that match
very quickly.
So let's talk about some of the grants that we made right at the end of the year and start of this year to use the community funds that those matching dollars helped. So some organizations that may or may not be familiar with folks. Start off with an organization called SAWS, that stands for Servants at Work.
Yeah.
An organization that actually works around the state of Indiana. And what they do is they help individuals with building wheelchair ramps.
Oh, wow, cool.
So you think about somebody that's in a wheelchair and they probably don't have the capacity to construct their own ramp. This organization provides some funding to help with that, and also labor. So folks from around the state will turn out. They work with a lot of local organizations. We have some pretty awesome organizations locally that either do or have in the past fulfilled this service as well. So it's a neat opportunity for this organization to come in, help somebody build a ramp. If you're in a wheelchair, stairs don't work so well. These ramps help folks stay in their homes, make it accessible, make it easier for them, and a really neat partnership with the SAWS organization and also with some local organizations. Since we're talking about them, if you know of somebody that is in need of a ramp, they do have an online application that folks can start, and I'll give their website. So it's SAWS, and that's SAWS ramps, that's all one word, .org. So SAWSramps.org. You can go to their website. They have information about their organization. They have where you can start applying if you are somebody that needs a ramp, or they have contact information on there if you're interested or curious about the organization. I know they're always looking for manpower in the community, so if this is something that you say, hey, I'm excited about helping with this, I'm sure they could put you to use when they have ramps in this area. So just a great organization that helps folks stay in their homes. Another one that we helped with recently was Pike Memorial Park in Akron. Worked with the park trustees and also the town of Akron to help install some security cameras in the area. So really the hope is that having the security cameras prevents any issues, vandalism, makes it a safer space for the public to use, and a really great opportunity there. The other partnership there was that the security system actually works with the town of Akron's and available in the town office, so that the town staff can kind of keep an eye on it, help with assistance, and have a good spot for that system to be in the office. So we're looking forward to having that installed, and really, like I said, one of those preventative measures to prevent vandalism. And Akron has some pretty awesome parks.
Yeah.
Some great amenities, some of my favorite places in the community, and a really great place to hang out. So we're very appreciative of what the Pike Memorial Park has offered. You have walking trails, you've got youth athletics, baseball and softball, a really neat playground area. We talk about SAWS. Akron has a neat accessible swing where a family can use it. It's wheelchair accessible. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
We didn't have those growing up.
No, we did not.
So really neat to have those opportunities. Another organization that really does a lot of work in our community is an organization called Food Finders, based out of Lafayette. They work with a lot of local food pantries to provide some support, but one of the more visible things that happens is once or twice a month, they bring a mobile food pantry to our community. So we've been able to help staff this in the past as Community Foundation volunteers, but there's a couple of area churches and different organizations. They provide services in the Rochester area, but have really also been good about providing times in Akron and Kewanna and some of our other communities. So not just Rochester centric with this, but once or twice a month they bring a truck and help families. It's always amazing. You see the end. They've helped 80, 100, 150 families with food to make sure that they can sustain themselves. So a really neat way to help out the community. They do publish a schedule. Their March schedule is out. So I'd encourage folks, if you have internet access, go to Food Finders, look at their their schedule for their mobile pantry. You can see where the trucks are going to be. Sometimes they move it around. They like to make it so that you can serve different parts of the community too, and make it easy for folks to get the food that they need. So check out their website for their next mobile food pantry. I think the next one's scheduled for March 11th here at First Baptist Church, just a couple blocks south of where we're standing right now. But a great opportunity to help those in need. So check out Food Finders, keep updated on when their pantries are coming through. Another neat one that I always love to see is our local Psi Iota Xi chapter has been doing an art banner contest.
Yes, they have. Some neat things there.
Always neat to see downtown Rochester, to see this artwork produced by kids K through 12 in our school systems. They hang those up late spring, and then it's always neat to drive through and see all this creativity that we have at our schools.
It's amazing.
It is. They're way better artists than I am.
Yeah,
I
the old
can
stick
kind of
figures
sort of
back in
draw
the day,
a straight
right?
line with a ruler, but that's about my level of art abilities. But it's really neat. It's just a neat way, a couple of different aspects from, kids can be proud. My banner is hanging up in downtown Rochester. We can see the awesome art program that our schools have. Kids can be proud, but it also makes downtown look neat.
Yeah.
I just love the ability to drive through and see all this awesome artwork that's created, and makes the town feel cool.
It does.
So,
it does.
Wish we would have had that when I was in school.
Yeah, I
But
probably still wouldn't.
I wouldn't be one
of
that was chosen, but I'd give it a try.
Yeah,
So,
I'd been going. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, looks nice. That person has
Yeah,
talent,
yeah.
and it's neat to see our next generation of artists really being able to display this, and the pride when a student says, "Oh, my art banner is hanging up there," and even the students that aren't chosen for the banners, there's different places around the community where that art is shown. So it really makes our downtown look nice.
Yeah.
Really great program. So thanks to Psi Iota Xi for organizing that, and I know they've partnered with the Honeywell Foundation on that as well. A couple of organizations that really provide some great services for our community. So keep up the good work.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
see what we have hanging in
It
2025.
won't be long.
It won't be long. Coming soon.
Yes.
So, well, wanted to talk about some grant opportunities, and a couple in particular that we have coming up. We have a couple of funds that benefit specifically townships. So we have a fund that benefits Liberty Township, and then also the Union Township and Kewanna Township area that provide grants to organizations. These were funds that were started. The Kewanna Union Township Endowment Fund was established in 2010. So it's actually the first township fund that we established. And then Liberty Township Endowment Fund was established in 2018.
Okay.
And you can tell from the names, they benefit those specific townships. So a great opportunity for organizations serving that area. But each year we have the opportunity to sit down, accept grant applications, due May 5th. I'll remind you of that before we wrap up, but these are ones that we do have a deadline on. Due May 5th, and they're for projects that serve those communities. A lot of times we get questions, do I need to be an organization that's based there? Not necessarily, as long as you are serving that community, serving people in that community. So it's really neat to see how these projects have worked. Part of the opportunity we have, we get folks from those communities involved in that selection process. So it's even kind of a smaller microcosm of what the Community Foundation is. It's important to the folks that are in those communities,
right.
And so that's really what we want to focus on. Just a little bit of information about what the funds have done. I mentioned the Liberty Township Fund was established in 2018. Since it was established, right now that fund has provided $15,000 in grants to local communities. Just kind of looking at some of the projects that have been supported. The Liberty Township Park, there's some playground equipment down there that is really cool. One of my favorite things, the Fulton County Public Library, the Fulton branch, they developed what they call a Lego Day.
Oh, cool.
I'm an adult. I'm not ashamed to say that Legos are still one of my favorite toys. When you have kids, sometimes you can use the kids as an excuse to buy the toys that you really want. Legos definitely fit in that category for me, so I'm not ashamed to say it. I am scared to step on them.
Yes, especially in the middle of the night, getting up.
Yeah, so this is the parent tip. Lay a sheet out before they start playing with the Legos, and then you pick them all up, and that usually gets all, not always, but anyway, it took me a while to figure that one out.
Yeah.
So,
a few ouches.
Yeah. Some support for things like the Fulton Community Center, junior achievement in the community, some park programs. A few years ago, they started a Movies in the Park program. Really neat opportunity for families to come around and have some entertainment, have a good evening in the community. The Youth League, they have a great baseball and softball program. Have helped with some concession stand replacements and improvements. The library did a toddler sensory table, kind of a neat. That may be something that I've played with in the past too. Not a toddler, but it's still fun. And last year, a neat project, just kind of sprucing up Fulton. They did some community beautification programs. So
cool.
Really exciting to see that. That's the list of $15,000 in grants there. The Kewanna Union Township Endowment Fund is, like I said, started in 2010, so had a little bit more time, but it has granted just over $28,000 to needs throughout the community. So looking down that list, you have things like the Kewanna Community Food Pantry, a really vital organization in the community. You've probably never heard of this thing called the Kewanna Fall Festival.
No, is that new?
I think so. Within the last 20 or 25 years, but really big deal in the community. So been neat to be able to help support that multiple years. A really great family event in the community, provide some pretty cool entertainment, and coming up again this year.
Yeah.
Rumor has it. So
I'm sure they'll be bigger and better.
Yes. Organizations like the VFW that provide some public space for meeting. You can't mention Kewanna without mentioning the Kewanna Library. A number of programs, some outdoor lighting, some improvements at the library, programs, a meeting room. One of the things that you don't often think about chairs being exciting, but the Kewanna Library really is a meeting place in Kewanna, and when you put 60 or 70 people in the basement at the Kewanna Library, you need space to sit. So appreciate those chairs. Some youth programming at the library. Some really neat things for the summer reading program. They've been doing a program the last couple of years where kids actually participate in the summer reading program, but have books that they can take home and that are their own books.
That's awesome.
So what better way to read than have your own book? Again, the junior achievement, we see that on the list. the group at the Hardery, really focusing on some community events and art and performance, things like that, and starting what they're calling a community channel, helping get the word out about things that are going on. And I'm sure you're probably not familiar with fire departments at all.
No, never heard of them.
Hope they never have to use this on me, but a couple of years ago we were able to help purchase a cold water rescue suits. So if you ever fall in the water, I was just reading a news story about a rescue where I think it was conservation officers were able to pull somebody out of a lake and revive them, and we want to protect the rescuers, but provide them with the equipment. So some important organizations like that. We've also been able to support organizations like the Youth League in Kewanna, and some of those really vital things that happen in our community. Also, Bruce Lake is actually in the Union Township area, so I've been able to provide a couple of things out in that area as well. So really great to see. And again, those two funds, since they were started, the Liberty Township Fund provided $15,000 in grants, and the Kewanna Union Township is over $28,000. So if you're an organization that works in those communities, helps folks, we have that application available. May 5th is the application deadline. You can find that on our website, nicf.org, and there's a spot where you'll see Fulton County and grants, and there's a spot that says apply for a grant. You click that button and start going through that application. It's not difficult. Sometimes when people think grant application, how difficult is it? If you can tell me about your project, if you can tell me about your organization, you can fill out our grant application.
Pretty easy.
We try and help folks, because really what we're doing is we're helping folks that are doing good things. We don't want to make it difficult. We want to help support these vital needs, because these are the basic services that we have in our community. So May 5th, get your application in for that. If you have questions, our program officer, Hannah Bainey, would be more than happy to speak with you about any questions you have on that and work through that process. So we're looking forward to seeing some good grant applications from the Fulton area or the Kewanna area to be able to support in an ongoing way. So, but as we wrap up, just a reminder, another reminder, it is tax time. If you haven't realized that yet, I'm getting my information around.
Yes, me too.
There are a lot of tools like charitable IRA rollovers that can help make an impact in the community. So encourage folks, as you're thinking about taxes, whether you want to or not, maybe a good time to think about how an IRA rollover can help you as an individual with your required distribution, or maybe help an organization in the community. If you're serving Liberty Township or the Kewanna Union Township area, those grant applications are due May 5th. We'd love to see some great applications for those and help organizations do some good things in the community. So questions about what we have, you can always catch us online, nicf.org. Like us on Facebook, Northern Indiana Community Foundation. Give us a call here in Rochester, 574-224-3223, or stop by our office, 227 East 9th Street in Rochester.
Easy access to the office.
Easy access.
Yeah,
we try to help good people and good organizations do good things.
Brian, those applications are available now, correct?
They are available now.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. They are available. We have some other grant applications that are available as well. So if you're looking at that and you maybe have a project, we do have with each of these funds. Each fund does have a limit of $2,500 each year to provide support. So it may be, if you have a larger project, don't let that stop you from applying for that. We have some other grant opportunities that you'll see as you're looking for these applications that you may be able to apply for as well. But if you have questions about that, again, don't hesitate to give Hannah a call, and she can guide you through the process and help you know which ones apply for you, and get some good applications in.
Awesome.
So,
always great talking to you. Brian Johnson from the Community Foundation. We'll talk to you next month.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you. That's going to do it for the Trading Post in the Morning Show here on Giant FM. Have a great week.